That was Tim Mason. Okay. We got more poetry, more people's poetry coming your way here with Sean May. Right. Yeah.
How you doing? I'm supposed to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. And in Ireland, we are obsessed with sex. Everybody talks about it, but nobody actually admits to doing it. This is one called, in Ireland, there's a place called the Virgin Megastore, where they sell records, that kind of thing. And the Irish Family Planning Association had a clinic there, they were stocking condoms. And some unknown right-wing religious group put forward a complaint about them and brought an injunction stopping them from doing this. So I wrote this poem about what life would be like under these people. It's called Safe Sex. There at it again in the room next to mine, and with a glass to the wall I tried to keep time. To their grunts, to their groans, their ooh-ahs and moans. And while the bed springs are hopping, to their bodies are popping, I've me glass to the wall getting off on what I'm hearing. And I've no need for condoms, 'cause I'm alone and I'm being careful. Since this is Earth Day, I think it's quite a simple poem to do. It's what I wrote. When everybody talks about the environment, they always talk about how it affects humans, but nobody ever actually thinks about how it affects animals. So I wrote this poem from an animal's perspective. It's called Green Dog, or the environmentally friendly spaniel. Saw a dead spaniel in the river today, just floating there, minding its own business. And whatever reception its spirit was receiving in doggy heaven, its body drifted indignantly with the current into wrecked cars and shopping trolleys, bicycles abandoned 3 weeks after Christmas, old gas ovens, fridges, beer cans, bottles, diapers, condoms, toilet rolls, crisp bags and sweet wrappers, all covered in a rich oily sauce of industrial effluent. And as I looked at that poor animal, I could well imagine it, standing on the bank, gazing into the river upon the products of our consumer society, lamenting about the state of the rainforest or the hole in the ozone layer, then, with a bark of despair, just jumping in. And who could blame it? For this is no world in which to bring up children. Okay, I'd like to do a slightly serious poem. So when I recite poetry on Grafton Street in Dublin, when I was doing this one day, a rather pitiful thing occurred. A woman came up, she was spraying paint into a bag and inhaling it. I was extremely touched by what I saw, and I wrote this poem dedicated to her. It's called Addict. She sits beside me, without introduction or excuse, no more than 30, and already an old woman's face upon her. A plastic bag of tricks she carries, in the drug-dim knowledge that the essence of her life depends on the vapours within, coil like snakes waiting to further cloud her mind. It is the only air she will ever need. She has found a focus for the troubles that we, sensible people, have no wish to examine. The paint on her lips has hardly dried before they receive a second coat, courtesy of hands conditioned to steal or a shopkeeper with pound notes for eyes. No glossy posters or television advertising is necessary to induce or appease her addiction. Only the substance itself and a society that places a high price on her decay. Why feel guilty? If it wasn't paint, it would be glue or smack or drink. But oh, what a shock to the system it is when she shyly puts her hand upon mine and winks. I'd like to finish with this one. It's a story, another story attached to this poem that usually after anything I do. In Dublin, a colleague of mine, Pat Tierney, and myself, he's a fellow street poet, and we were approached by an ordinary poet colleague of ours called John McNamee with the idea of going to the Arts Council in Dublin to get money to fund a series of readings and possibly a book prize. So we said, yeah, fine, we'll go for it. So we put forward our resumes and everything, and the money was supposed to go back to Pat Tierney because it's a good business head and he's the best person to administer it. But unfortunately, dear old Mr. McNamee changed the address to his own place and probably drank most of the cheque. So myself and Pat have invoked the curse of the bards upon him. Well, something like this. It's called The Last Confession of a Cursed Poet, and a warning to anyone who might mess around with the bards. I'm John McNamee, and a poet without glee. Since I've drawn the bard's curse, how I've cried. To my once happy glow they struck a fatal blow, and bad luck has washed in like a tide. You see, I once had a seat where the Arts Council meet, and although it was only the toilet, I hatched this great scheme, some would call it a dream, but those Grafton Street bards went and spoiled it. To bursting their trust, I threw them a crust and told them the cash would come easy. Then I fed them a rap, they fell into me laughing, and man, it was good to feel sleazy. Well, the cheque it came through just as I knew, and I thanked God Almighty above me. But on my fellow poet's lot I quickly forgot 'twas a theft of the highest degree. In most miserable dives I've lived many lives and fooled all the people about there. I've leashed off good folk, drunk all their poke, and in return only given hot air. I said to the blokes, I'm flat bloody broke, but I'll buy you a pint next week, sir. So the poor working picks, they kept me in drinks, while I clung to the cash like a miser. Now everything went well, my lifestyle was swell, till the curse fell upon me like thunder. For the roar of the bards smashed through me guards and ripped up me whole life asunder. It seems they quickly found out what my scheme was about and spread through the city this story, so now I have to confess to the whole bloody mess and leave those good poets to their glory. I pray now for hope at the end of this rope, that your poets to hell don't condemn me. I am guilty as judge, sure as the booze in me blood, and deserve neither kindness nor mercy. So you good people out there who now know of this affair, the moral is easy to see. Never mess with the bards, for their curse will fall hard, and you'll end up as sorry as me. Thank you, good night.